there's a unique kind of pain that hits when you lose something, or someone, that can never be replaced. It's not a cut that just heals with time. It's a permanent change to the landscape of your world. A void. And in that quiet, your own mind can whisper the most terrifying thought: this is going to hurt forever. People, with the best intentions, will tell you to move on, to fill the space. But their words feel hollow, don't they? Because they don't get it. You can't just replace the irreplaceable. Your world has fundamentally changed, and you're left trying to figure out how to live in the ruins. But what if the goal was never to stop the hurting? What if the great Stoic philosophers were right? What if this profound pain holds the key, not to erasing what you've lost, but to transforming your strength, your future, and your very soul? The pain you're feeling isn't new. 2,000 years ago, the Stoic philosophers, men like Seneca, a powerful statesman who faced exile and tremendous loss, Epictetus, a man who was born a slave and became one of history's most influential thinkers, and Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor who buried multiple children, grappled with this exact same agony. They knew that life is just a series of changes, and loss is an inevitable part of being human. But they didn't despair. Instead, they built a powerful framework for resilience. And here's what you need to understand about their approach: Stoicism doesn't promise to magically erase your grief. In fact, the Stoics saw grief as a natural, initial human reaction. Seneca himself said that a period of sorrow is just nature taking its course. Their philosophy isn't about suppressing your emotions, but about processing them with wisdom and courage. It's about transforming your relationship with the pain. It offers a path, not to forgetting, but to a profound strength that is forged in the very fire of your loss. It teaches you how to carry the memory of what you've lost not as a crushing weight, but as a source of inner power. Today, we're going to explore 3 foundational Stoic mindsets to help you navigate this impossible terrain. The first, and most important, tool the Stoics give us is the dichotomy of control. The philosopher Epictetus argued that the secret to peace of mind is to clearly separate what's in our power from what isn't. Let's apply this directly to your pain. What happened, the loss itself, was an external event. It was ultimately outside of your control. Death, separation, the simple passage of time, these are forces of nature. Raging against the fact that it happened is like yelling at the ocean for having tides. It's a draining, pointless fight against reality itself. You'll only exhaust your spirit and get nowhere. But here's the crucial part: while the event was not in your control, your response to it is. Your thoughts, your judgments, your actions, and the meaning you give to what happened, those are yours and yours alone. This isn't about pretending you don't feel pain. That initial shock of grief is involuntary. But the story you tell yourself after that initial shock, that's where your power is. When your mind says, "My life is over," that is a judgment you are adding. When it says, "I can never be happy again," that is also a judgment. The Stoics teach us to pause and look at these thoughts. To ask, is this thought actually true? Or is it a story I'm telling myself? A story that's adding a second layer of suffering on top of the first. Marcus Aurelius put it this way: choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. He doesn't mean you should deny what happened. He means you have to separate the raw fact of the event from the story you tell yourself about it. The event was the loss. The harm is the judgment that your life is now ruined forever. You can't change the event, but you absolutely have the power to challenge that judgment. By focusing your energy only on what you can control, your mindset, your actions right now, your choice to simply get out of bed, you stop wasting precious energy fighting a war with the past you can't win. You reclaim your power from despair. That's the first step. Accept what is, and turn your attention inward, to the one area where you are, and always will be, in charge. If this ancient wisdom is making sense to you, and you want to keep learning how to build an unbreakable mind, consider subscribing to the channel. Your journey of resilience is just beginning, and we're here to walk it with you. So, once you start to accept what you can't control, you face the next hurdle, your own memories. When a loss is fresh, every memory can feel like a knife. The joy you once shared now just highlights the gaping hole in the present. It's natural to pull away from these memories because they hurt. But the philosopher Seneca offers a radical idea. He argues that we do a great injustice to what we've lost by focusing only on the pain of its absence. He wrote that a great part of those we have loved, even if they're gone, still abides with us. In his words, the past is ours, and there is nothing more secure for us than that which has been. Think about that for a second. The past is ours. What you had, the love you shared, the experiences you lived through, those can't be taken away from you. They are a permanent part of your story, a treasure locked safely in time. The loss doesn't erase the fact that you had it. To let the pain of the loss poison the joy of the memory is, as Seneca saw it, ungrateful. The work, then, is to consciously and deliberately shift how you look at your memories. It's a hard practice, but it's a transformative one. Instead of recoiling from a happy memory, you train yourself to lean into it with gratitude. When a memory comes up, instead of thinking, "I miss that so much," you can try to think, "I am so grateful that happened. How lucky was I to have that at all?" This isn't pretending. It's an intentional shift in your focus. You're moving from the pain of the ending to the beauty of the story. You're choosing to honor what you had by remembering it with sweetness, not bitterness. It's the difference between saying, "I can't believe they're gone," and, "I can't believe I was so fortunate to have had them." Over time, this practice changes the very nature of grief. The pain, which once felt like proof of your love, slowly transforms. You realize that the real tribute to your love isn't the depth of your ongoing misery, but the depth of your gratitude for the time you shared. The memories stop being daggers and start becoming jewels, reminders of a beauty that is now a permanent, unchangeable part of who you are. The void's pain becomes a testament to how much it all mattered. This brings us to the final, and most powerful, Stoic mindset, Amor Fati. It's a Latin phrase that translates to, a love of one's fate. Now, this isn't passive resignation. It's an active, enthusiastic embrace of everything that has happened in your life, the good, the bad, the beautiful, and the devastatingly painful, and seeing all of it as essential to your story. The Stoics believed that everything that happens is part of a grand, interconnected web. To wish for any part of your past to be different would be to wish for your entire existence to be different. This loss, as unbearable as it feels right now, is part of your story. It's woven into the fabric of who you are. You can't surgically remove it without unraveling the person you are today and the person you are becoming. Amor Fati is the practice of looking at your life, scars and all, and saying, "This is my path. This was necessary. I accept it. And I will find a way to love it." Why would anyone love such pain? Because pain is a forge. It's the fire that burns away the trivial and shows you what is truly essential. This loss has likely taught you things you couldn't have learned any other way, about love, about resilience, about how precious a single day is. It has carved a depth into your soul that wasn't there before. You didn't choose this pain. But you can choose what it makes of you. You can let it make you bitter, brittle, and afraid. Or you can choose to use it to become more compassionate, more courageous, and more deeply appreciative of the beauty that is still left in the world. To love your fate means seeing this loss not as the end of your story, but as the very event that gave your story its depth, its meaning, and its power. It's understanding that the person who emerges from this fire will be stronger, wiser, and more unbreakable than the person who went in. The goal isn't to replace what was lost. The goal is to build a new life around the space it left behind, a life made more profound and meaningful because of that space. You honor what you've lost by living a life of virtue and strength, inspired by their memory. The pain of losing something irreplaceable feels like a permanent destination. But it doesn't have to be a state of endless suffering. The Stoics show us another way. First, by embracing the dichotomy of control, you take your power back from the past and focus it on the present moment, on your own choices, right here, right now. Second, by changing your relationship with memory, you can turn what was a source of pain into a source of gratitude, cherishing the past as a secure and permanent treasure. And finally, through Amor Fati, you learn to love your entire story, seeing this loss not as a meaningless tragedy, but as an essential part of the journey that is forging you into a person of profound strength and wisdom. This path isn't easy. It's a daily practice. It takes real courage. But it offers something far more valuable than the empty promise of just moving on. It offers transformation. The void left by your loss will never be filled. It will remain. But you can choose to build around it. You can build a temple of gratitude, a fortress of resilience, and a life of meaning and purpose. The scar will always be there, but it can become a symbol of your strength. You are not broken. You are being forged. If you found some strength in these words today, please like this video and subscribe for more wisdom from the Stoics. And if you feel comfortable, we'd be honored if you shared one memory you're grateful for in the comments. By sharing, we honor what we've lost and remind each other that even in the darkest times, beauty and gratitude can still be found. Continue your journey with us.